What's good, everybody? Fabled here, and today's story time is about my homie getting arrested at school while we were both crossed off shrooms and alcohol. It's a banger, so let's get right into the story. This story takes place my sophomore year of high school, around the fall season. I had been on probation for about 9 months at this point. It was kinda just doing anything that was offered since I couldn't smoke my weed, and this day was no different. I hopped off my bus, went to school, and met up with my homie in the bathroom, who gave me about a zip of shrooms that his plug had in front of him, and that we were supposed to flip. Of course, we gotta try the product though, so me and him both popped a couple stems. He had also tried to turn some of the shrooms into chocolate, since straight up shrooms is nasty as fuck, but the chocolate he used never fully froze, so he just had a bunch of shroom goop in a Ziploc bag. I tried some of that too though, and finally he pulled out the real goods, a bunch of 99 proof shots of the classic. These hoes were 50% alcohol, and he gave me 3 little bottles to down myself and some more for the road. So I'll take my shrooms, I'll take my shots, I tapped Nick a couple times before heading to my first period class. And the alk hit way faster than the shrooms because I don't remember shit from this period besides laying with my head down and bringing it up after the bell rang. And second period is not only when the shrooms hit, but when I met up with Taz. We were in the back of the class, he bought a little eighth of shrooms off me. I threw 1 or 2 shots in with it. He not only pops the shrooms, but takes both shots right there in the back of the class while the teacher was talking to everyone. At this point, I still had the warm, full body feeling of the alcohol, but the shrooms were also starting to kick in. Colors were getting brighter, normal shit was getting funnier, and overall, it wasn't a bad time. Then, every student in my class gets pulled out. They made us leave our bags inside, and a police dog gets sent to find any goods. Now, I know shrooms smell like straight up dirt, and that I was gonna be good, but Taz had some edible brownies that he had been selling on him. And I'm not talking 1 or 2 little brownies that you could have made in culinary class. No, this man had an entire batch of brownies that had about 3 zips put into them. I guess his bag also smelled just like straight weed in general, because you can't even smell the weed in edibles. But sure enough, the police came out with his bag. The teacher told them whose it was, and they take Taz to the office. Now, besides worrying about my homie, that shit was just a trip killer in general. It had me paranoid for the rest of class, and I remember going to the bathroom right after second period, straight up reconsidering my whole life, and also thinking a little too hard into the fact that I consumed a fungi that feeds off rotting corpses, and how it was just making its way up my brain. And this was actually the first bad trip I ever had. I felt like it was on my venom shit, but instead of a symbiote in my body, it's just shrooms. So I decided that getting crossed at school was not the move. And I was also paranoid about getting caught up at school, so I dipped out that hoe and went home. Once I got there, I just kinda chilled and watched movies to take my mind off the trip, and I actually watched Interstellar for the first time, which made the trip not quite worth it, but almost worth it. A couple days later, I still had not heard from Taz, but eventually he told me what happened, and it's kinda not what you would expect. They took him up to the office, tested the brownies for THC, they came back positive, and he got arrested for possession with intent to distribute. They took him down to the courthouse since he was under 18, and he was there for literally a couple days before not only being released, but in his own words, got the charges dropped for mental health, and he didn't end up on probation or anything like how I was. Moral of the story though, for me, only get crossed in a good environment. School's really not the place. And for Taz, I guess just say you're schizo and you got yourself a get out of jail free card. Now, this was Fabled. Make sure to like and subscribe if you fucked with the video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Talk to my name, ride this truck in the fall. Planning out a mission, got Taz on the call. Boy wanna snitch, so I ride him in the hall. Ain't give no fucks, Fable really about it all.